8:23 a.m., September 5th. I've been hit with toxic, lethal, poisonous gas 2 times. The first time was within the 30-minute range. It's the most frightening gas. It's the gas that was downstairs on floor 1. I can clearly identify it between the two that were used today. This gas scares me because it's the gas that made me so sick that I'm bedridden. Okay, so that gas is being used. I don't know if it'll be used again. I know it was used the first time this morning, and that was the first one. It was a half an hour ago in this time range. I had started to move around. I went to the restroom. I was just doing regular things in here. And then, as always, they get out their incredibly illegal military gas that they have stashed on this terrace compound here, 6 blocks from the White House. Oh my God. The detriment this country has brought to itself, I'm taken aback and I'm stunned. I don't know what fucking cities are going to be left. All I do is pray for the United States and pray for the elderly and the children. And the men and the women, not most of them, it's not true, but it's like a little bit over 83 million. There's got to be consequences for this kind of support, for handing our government over to drug cartels, Sharia law, Saudi Arabian thugs, white nationalist uprising movement, this whole nightmare that's been going on for 7 years. It's been dragged out and dragged out. So there's no terrible, horrible war, but the strikes that need to take place need to happen. I speak this with utter urgency. I mean, what are you doing with a city that has a literal stockpile by its prime ministers or whatever you want to equate it? Here it's the president by the president's office, 6 walking distance. What are you doing? I don't want to panic the good military. I'm not panicking them, but I don't want to panic on them because I tend to panic on them. On video, I'll panic. Well, what is going on, man? And I'm forbidden in all caps from saying what I witnessed these civilians do. The shit I'm witnessing the civilians do is stunning. It should go in a movie, dude. Oh, I know that. It probably will. This is fucking unbelievable what I saw Americans do. Okay, some of the white ones, I don't know if they're from here. They could be from anywhere in Europe. I know that. This is fucking unbelievable what I'm witnessing in my country. I'm forbidden from all caps from telling anybody on the internet about it. I know that. I have to stick to the chemical poisoning. That's all I'm sorry that you're going to get out of this account. I'm forbidden. I can't talk about anything I'm witnessing in this house except one thing. Here and there, I'll be able to say it. So I'm going to get to it, and I need to stay focused. It's hard, dude. It's really hard. There's a massive historical events going on around you, you know. You got people trying to rage in here, say you're imagining it. Oh, man. What the fuck? How am I imagining all your civilians, motherfuckers? What? You walking in with a personal key? You're standing in a chemical manufactured stench? And they were asking me about my psych call. I will never forget that, and I'm supposed to stay fucking focused on this report. The whole hallway had a manufactured chemical stench. I always say that, and then when I say that, I know I'm not supposed to talk about it, but I'm sorry. It's almost like asking the impossible. This is the shit exactly that Archangel Michael has told me to stop talking about. I have to stop. I don't have a choice. It's really hard, people out there. Whoever's hearing this, I know you understand. It's nearly impossible. I'm witnessing civilians do as crazy of things. on the sidewalk, walking past the house. Yeah, I can't talk about it. I will someday, by the grace of God. The stuff the civilians are doing will definitely go in movies. Somebody will make a movie. It won't be Hollywood swine, Arabic organized crime. That's what's going on with all your streaming shows, anything that's coming out of the media right now from Amazon. Come on, we all know what happened to Amazon. The Iranian guard took over Amazon. Oh yeah, 100%. I think it's kind of public knowledge at this point. It becomes clear and people become aware. People aren't stupid. The Iranian guard runs Amazon. So they took over major corporations, so on and so forth. The white nationalists, white, like these ones I can't tell if they're from Europe or they're from here. Right, white people. Okay, like me, but neo-Nazi, white people. Hi Hitler, Mein Kampf, Nazi. Are we clear what kind of white people I'm talking about? Okay, good. They took over major corporations along with the Middle Eastern terrorists, Iranian Guard, Saudi Arabia, UAE, so on and so forth. So they dictate what's being written in the screenplays. They dictate what's being filmed. Everything that's coming out of your music, your entertainment, your movies these days is garbage shit. It's not gonna succeed. These all of California goes up in smoke. At some point, you have to prepare for it. The more they use these chemical, military grade, lethal, toxic gases, the more I go, oh my God, what cities in the United States are going to be left? There's a point where countries can't tolerate and have that. I can't believe they haven't done something yet. I can't believe it. All right. They will, but you've got me. I don't know why. The only answer I can give to the public is I didn't go to West Point, and West Point's garbage crap now too. It's all just a whole bunch of Mein Kampf white cadets, white male cadets. But you know what? West Point initially the concept, the the oh God, I have no words. The point to West Point, the creation original thing to West Point was not to have a whole bunch of white male cadets and be a neo-Nazi military school. Wartime scholars. I don't have words, so that's my point. Ask them why this is taking so long to do something about how they're stockpiling military chemical toxic lethal gases and manufacturing chemical stenches. Oh, everything else they're doing, they have illegal equipment here. Ask those professional authority figures, because I can't tell you. I don't know. I start to panic. Exactly what I said. I'll start to panic on the good military on YouTube. The first gas I was hit with this morning, I had moved around. I'd gone to the restroom. I started making coffee. I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling bedridden from constant poisoning. And it's precisely from the gas they hit me with this morning. That shit is so lethal. It'll put you in a bedridden state. It's not supposed to do that. They're not trying to make me bedridden here. It's intended to kill people. They're trying to make attempts on my life through these poisonous gases. They tried to execute me on the fucking Instagram. They don't care. By the grace of God, I survived it, but I'm feeling really sick. I said all of this. It's not changed because every day, like yesterday, I went downstairs, I got hit with that very same really lethal toxic gas again. Once I was contagious to that, I got all kinds of sick all over again. I can't get into the details. We have to stay on point. Every time I get exposed to that gas, like today, again, I'm going to get all kinds of sick. It doesn't take much, dude. I think some of the worst shit ever. And they have it here on S Street, 6 blocks down from the White House. They have it all here on a civilian avenue in a string of civilian row houses that have cubby holes, and they can all run across to house through a hole in the wall. And just all they got to do is carve a hole, and then they can run down the. You can see by the images on the map how they do that. And they have. Okay. So I got really sick and I went pee poo, and it was really scary, and it was a lot of it. It just gushes out of you. That shit is some of the fucking worst, if not the worst gas I've ever been hit with ever here. All right. Then about 10 minutes ago, because I've been narrating for 10, and it happened about 5 minutes before that. So then about 5 minutes ago, oh, listen to me. Let me repeat this clearly. The second contamination of toxic lethal gas was about 15 minutes ago. I came into my main room, drinking my coffee, and I had taken Talia and I let her back out into the extra room, just doing things, going in and out of rooms. And I can't believe these fucking people. I know. And then while I'm in the main room, I sit back down and I say, I'm being poisoned. I'm being poisoned. You can tell. It's not your fucking coffee, man. And then it gets so bad. It gets so bad. You start to swallow. You get so sick. All the symptoms. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm getting poisoned. And I race and I race. And then exactly like it always is, I go into the bathroom. There's no poison in there. I'm fine. Oh, I'm fine. I sit there on the toilet. I sit there because I'm racing to go pee poo. That's why I'm sitting on the toilet. I had just been poisoned again. And I sit there, and I know there's no poison, and I say, I'm so good in here, I feel so great. I just wanted to drink my coffee in there. But my body wanted to get the poison out, so I go diarrhea. It's not hardly any because there's no poison in there. But get that poison out, I did. And it is, you get away from it, it's room to room. That's how it operates. And I can't talk about the alley, okay? I shared enough about that, but I know how this shit functions. Yeah, so they're using it. They're still hitting me with it. I'm afraid there's going to be a day of hell here. I just can't get away from this gas. I'm praying to God this stops. And the stuff that lays me out, that stuff will put me in a permanent state of being bedridden. Okay? I will not be able to do anything. I will be laying in bed waiting for Fraser to come back on October 12th after I go to my court dates. Of course, I'm not supposed to talk about the court dates. But are they planning to poison me? Yeah, apparently they are. Every day while I go to court. Goodbye.